Hello and welcome to Lunch Break Mentoring Moments with Smita Singh. This is where you give me 10 minutes of your time and I give you a ton of value, tips, and tricks. You send me your questions and I answer them. I am ready with our first question today from Wendy. Wendy asks, "Hi Smita, I have a small accounting firm and I'm struggling to create posts on Instagram. Any tips?" Hi Wendy, tons of tips. So I have realized more and more that the service-based businesses are struggling to create Instagram posts. It's hard for them to show their services in a visual mode. So I think Instagram is something it definitely reaps a lot of benefit. It's important to keep at it. So don't start and leave it. I would definitely say for service-based businesses, yes, it's going to be a little bit hard in the beginning, but keep it consistent, keep it going. Now, having said that, that's your first tip, Randy. So make sure that your content is consistent. Have maybe 2 to 3 posts a day. I would say 3 posts a little bit too much if you're just starting out. So start off with 2 posts a day and keep it consistent. The second thing is to make sure that your posts are on brand. And what I mean by that is don't post like one time you're posting a picture of a sunset and then the second one is shoes and then third one is tax tips or something like that. It's everywhere. Make it coherent, make it consistent, and make it on brand. So to make that easy for you, make a very specific content calendar for that, right? So say, for example, you do Motivation Mondays, Tax Tip Tuesdays. So make it very consistent so you already know what's coming up. Make it on brand. Make sure your logo is showing on the side or on the bottom or something of the pictures. And that way, when you're doing it on brand consistently 2 to 3 times a day, people are going to start expecting it. The followers are going to say, every time they see your page, they don't even have to know, they don't even have to ask who it's from. They see it and they recognize it. That's where you want to get to. The third thing, I would say hashtags are super important because you want to be found on Instagram. So when you're doing hashtags, remember 2 or 3 things. In the beginning, start with a big list. So create a repository of hashtags. We generally do like 30 to 50 relevant hashtags. So find a chunk of time, maybe an hour or 2 hours, sit down, get your Google Docs and find a list of 30 to 50 relevant hashtags. And when I say relevant, I mean relevant to your audience. So perhaps you as a business owner are thinking that these are the hashtags that people are looking for. So, and which may not be true. Maybe your audience is looking for something completely different. So maybe say you're thinking hashtag accounting versus they're looking for hashtag tax tips, right? So find the hashtags that are relevant to your audience and build a repository of it. Now, when you're picking your images and you're putting them out there, make sure that you don't use more than 6 to 10 hashtags because sometimes it becomes too much and then it's a turn off. So try to limit it to about 6 to 10 hashtags every time you put a post up. Consistent, on brand. Now, the final tip I will give you, Wendy, and this is helpful for any service-based businesses, and this really is important. With the Instagram videos, you can use those to show behind the scenes. So, for example, tax season just got over, but you could have done, 10-day countdown to tax day and show behind the scenes, like open up your kimono, or so they say, right? Show what's going on because that builds trust with your audience. Perhaps it's a certain tip. Maybe when you're sitting on your desk and you're working on something, pull up your Instagram video and talk about a tip that just came up in your mind, or you're working on somebody's tax returns and you're like, oh, this is something that maybe small businesses should keep in mind. So make it fun, make it engaging, make it entertaining. And these you can do through Instagram videos. For service-based businesses, it is hard a little bit. I mean, though a lot of people have done really fun stuff to really show the engaging part of your business. And for that, use Instagram videos. They're a short way to get engagement. Another tip before I let you go is the comments. Make sure that, like on Facebook, right, when people send comments, you're instantly answering them and you're going after it and you're liking it. Do the same on Instagram. That's where your engagement is going to happen. When somebody comments on your post, comment back. Tell them thank you. Go on their Instagram feed, like it, find out, make it engaging. If you're not engaging with your customers, prospective customers, if you're not bringing them into your business, they're just going to look at your feed and they're going to forget about it. So engagement is super important, and you can definitely do that through comments. Also, find other people's questions, right? Perhaps people have questions about their small business. Maybe there is a small business around you, and you see that they're posting something about tax. Answer those in the comments. So keep your engagement going. I would say, assign yourself, or if you have staff, assign them, half an hour a day so that you're on it and you're engaging with your prospective customers. So those are my tips for Instagram. Wendy, I hope that helps. Definitely try out Instagram videos. I think they're a great way to show off your culture, to show off your business to your audience. So try that. Our next question is from Anna, and Anna says, "Hi Smita, I am a health and wellness coach, and I am wondering how much content or how much free content is too much." Hi Anna, I have been there too. I've asked myself that question so many times. Now, I will tell you, but I will answer this question in a completely different way, right? Free content is very important to put out because that's where you're showing your audience your authority over your subject. You need to be able to do that because otherwise people wouldn't know that you really know all of this stuff. So I would say that, there are so many advantages of free content. Number one, you're putting it out there, you're displaying, you're demonstrating your authority, which is super important. You are building trust with your audience because now they're able to see you, they're able to understand you. They know that the stuff that you're putting in writing, so like say your blog posts or your social media posts, are not just fluff, because they're able to see that you really know what you're talking about. So that's super important, especially for the trust and knowing they're seeing you, they're really understanding what you're doing, and it's super important. So it's building your trust, it's building your authority. And the other thing that it does is it's able to attract people that are perhaps have not heard of you. So a big advantage of putting out free content is the shareability aspect, right? You want to make your content, free content that you're putting out there, shareable, so definitely valuable. That's super important. Otherwise, people won't share it. So your valuable free content, if you make it easily shareable, think about the number of people that are looking at it versus if it's a paid content, you're going to get very limited people. So free content is very important for you to put out. Now, having said that, I will say that make sure that your free content is not, is demonstrating your authority, but not giving away your inner core message. So, or your inner secrets or your secret sauce. So keep the secret sauce, but give away the stuff that is yours. And also the free content, what it does is, be it blog posts, be it podcasts, be it videos, be it anything, it's really showing you why you are different, right? So you're a health and wellness coach, and there are so many out there in the market. But by you putting out your free content, you are differentiating yourself. You are showing that, hey, this is the experience that I'm coming in with. This is my opinion, or this is how I am different from other people. And what that does is helps you stand out in the big sea of health and wellness coaches. So definitely do that. So it's free content helps, it's valuable, it's helping you build your authority, it's shareable, it's differentiating you in the market. And yes, be mindful of what you're sharing, right? You don't want to give away your goods, because then it's people will just keep doing that versus paying for your services. So build a funnel where you're actually moving them from your free content to your, next level, to the next level, to the next level. So build it out, be mindful of what you're doing. And I'm almost over time. But do this, and free content is important, Anna, so keep doing it and make it relevant to what's going on. So I hope that helps. I hope that answered your question of how much free content is too much. I would say it's, you can play around with it as much as you want. And if you feel like you're saturating in one platform, move to another platform, right? You can definitely repurpose all the content on one platform to another platform. And definitely your audiences are different. Your video audiences will be different from your audio audiences, will be different from the audiences that are reading your blog posts. So don't worry about it. Keep going. And good luck. So that was it, guys. Wendy and Anna, I hope that helped. Thank you all so much for joining me, and send me your questions. All the information is below. Go on my website, www.smitasingh.com. Ask me questions, contact me, and I will see you guys next Thursday. Ciao.